Okay, so it's March 5th. I want to say happy birthday to my older brother. And today's the 5th day out of 21 days of fasting. We're on a streak here, keeping it consistent. As you can see, I started a little bit early because your boy worked tonight. I got to go to work. But I just want to make sure I'm staying consistent, and which is important. All right, so let's get started. I hope you're working out too.
As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. This is a book that I recommend you read and listen to the audio version of this book, and listen to it a number of times. And listen to it a number of times in different stages of your life. Because this book is very short. It's only like 80-something pages. But contained within it are paragraphs, sentences of wisdom that are timeless, based on principles that are designed to reorganize, restructure the way you think. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, going back to the video that I made a little while back on the power of the subconscious mind, if you haven't seen that, I recommend that you do that. What you want to do is you want to recognize how your thinking affects the actions that you take. Okay? How your thinking affects the actions that you take. And it's the actions that you take that's going to produce the results that you want. And we have a very interesting litmus test that we could do on ourselves. We could look and see if our thinking is positive or empowering, or if it's negative or disempowering, or spectrums, or aspects, or areas in between the two spectrums, I should say, of positive and negative. And the more you can feel empowered in your thinking, and the more you can carry and transact in this world based on positivity, the higher the likelihood that you're going to produce results. But it's not always as easy as it sounds, because if it was that easy, everyone would be doing it. And yet, it's only a few select groups of individuals that are able to do it. And there's many levels to it, so you can get better and better at commanding your thoughts. Think of your thoughts or your mind as not you, but an aspect of you that you can control. And you can control it and direct it towards a specific worthwhile purpose. Now, a lot of us identify with our mind, and we think that our mind is us, when in actuality, we control our mind. And in earlier stages, we allow others or information from the external world to control our mind, to tell us what to think, how to behave, how to transact. And later on, we recognize that these thoughts are driving our actions, and it's getting us to do things that are in the favor of others. And it might not be mutually beneficial to us. So when you get to this point, you recognize that if you change your thinking, if you systematically, strategically, and consciously ensure that you are inputting good, positive, empowering information into your brain, your thoughts are going to change, and it's going to change the actions, which obviously will change the results that you have. And this book is all about that. It's all about changing the way you think. But not just changing the way you think into some random way. This book is designed to change the way you think so that you can have more power over the dynamics that you have control over for the objective that you desire. So whether it's business, health and fitness, whatever area of your life, if you change the way you think in a way that empowers you, you're going to increase the likelihood that you're going to get the results that you want. And according to spiritual texts, you're going to tap into higher levels of power, higher levels of understanding, levels of power and understanding that a lot of people don't have access to because they're very reactive to the external world. They see themselves as the effect rather than the cause. And in earlier stages, we find ourselves seeing ourselves as the effect rather than the cause, because for valid reasons. You see, when you're born into this world, you have to rely upon others to teach you how to navigate, teach you how to walk, teach you the rules of society, the laws of physical reality, different things that you need to learn in order to thrive, in order to survive, and in order to do your purpose. You need to understand fundamentals. So we rely on people. Later on, we recognize that once we get the fundamentals down, that we're able to come up with our own insights. We start to think like entrepreneurs. We start to think for ourselves. We start to recognize that we always knew what we wanted, and we held ourselves back from achieving what we want because we got too vested in what other people were telling us to do. And while much of what they were saying was valid in terms and context to the basics and fundamentals and principles, there was a lot of information that was not going to help us connect to our true purpose. So part of this journey is to figure out what your true purpose is. And in order to do that, you have to learn to think for yourself. You have to learn to tap into yourself and listen to your inner voice. This book helps you do it. You have to also learn to trust your judgment and intuition. You have to get to a certain point where you actually feel confident in doing so. This could take some time. Okay? Some people can get this at earlier stages in life. They just learn really fast. And for some of us, it could take a lot longer. But the goal here is to recognize that our thinking is a litmus test or an indicator, a revelation of who we are and how we see reality, and an indicator if we're moving towards our goals, our vision, our purpose, or we're moving away from it. So even though this is a short book, the extracts that I've pulled out of it, the paragraphs, do it no justice. It's worth that you read it, because depending on where you are in life, it's going to have a totally different meaning for you. And then as you evolve, reread it again. Listen to the audio again, and you're going to pick up even more insights. Because the reality is, in life, the answer is always in front of your face. It's just that you might not see it. But you have to have experience through action taking, through references, to be able to see the answers in front of you.
All right. Day 5. Now I gotta give my spiel, say something. I would like to say something. Definitely a quick, good exercise. Let me catch my breath. Wow. I don't know if you guys ever worked out with a brick before. Those type of bricks. I don't know how much it costs, but if you have one hanging around the house, I think it's just a perfect way just to get a proper size of whatever type of workout you're doing, especially on the upper body. On the curls, I did 5 extra. I did 20. I think it just skipped my brain to stop at 15. Today exercise on day 5 was up to 15 reps. I want to mention that when I lay on my back and I do both knees on one side, 15 on this side and 15 on this side, I read in this book somewhere. I read in the book to like it works on the kidneys or something like that, like straightening your kidneys. I know for me, when I first started doing that, I noticed my lower back was getting stronger. Not sore and tight, but like it just got stronger, which was pretty good. So the type of workout I do is pretty much like a balance from the head to toe. It's balance. Take care of the shoulders, take care of the abs, take care of your legs. Okay? Now, I always repeat what I did prior to these type of exercises, these type of workouts. I did a walk and jog a mile and a half. Now, I'm mentioning that because it may be a time I might go 2 times. I do the mile and a half, walk and jog. I do this type of exercise, and then I may go again, like mile and a half, walk and jog. I go backwards. So that way, I'm getting double the cardio. Okay, and then when I come back, in the future, when I come back, I do like, it all depends. I could do like 30 push-ups, 50 push-ups, but I do push-ups also. Okay, so if you're still watching this documentary, thank you for watching. A lot of good things is going to be happening in the near future. We're in the year 2022, March 5th. So yeah, with that being said, let me be able to shut off this and look out for day 6. Keep this thing going, okay? You guys have a great one.